Hey guys, Joe Madden here, the Joe Madden Sports Podcast, but also of Pocket with Joe. I said the Joe Madden Sports Podcast all morning, so I got a little confused here. Thankfully, the logo is in the corner. This is Pocket with Joe. We're talking NHL picks and predictions. It is Thursday, June 9th. We've got one heck of a game on the card tonight. The Tampa Bay Lightning will be headed into the Garden to take on the New York Rangers. Now, home ice has been absolutely incredible between these two teams. We saw in the last two games the Tampa Bay Lightning be able to get those wins at home. Now, I think the Sunday game was a little bit closer than what we saw in the Tuesday game. Tuesday's game, the New York Rangers, they just weren't there. It's like they didn't even show up at the ice. It was super frustrating to watch. They didn't look like themselves at all. Tampa Bay got the win 4-1 over the Rangers. Now, while I'm not shocked at the end of the day because it is Tampa Bay, I was shocked with how weak the New York Rangers looked in this game. Home ice has been the main thing for both of these teams, with the New York Rangers going 8-1 at home in the playoffs and the Tampa Bay Lightning winning their last 6 at home in the playoffs here as well. So when we start looking at this series, this matchup, Rangers won the first 2 in the Garden. Tampa then won those last 2 in Tampa Bay. Tonight, New York Rangers are at home. They're coming in. Now, they were plus 110 earlier this morning. They're now plus 106 in this matchup. We have the Tampa Bay Lightning coming in at minus 127. Now we have a total that is held strong at 5.5. It's going to be one heck of a game. So when I look at this game, you guys, I have to think that home ice is going to be something that really does play a factor in this. Andrei Vasilevskiy just hasn't looked the same on the road in the playoffs as he has at home. Vasilevsky's been incredible at home. And then we look at Igor Shesterkin. He's been phenomenal. He's been lights out at home. So I've got to lean on the New York Rangers to get the win here, I think, with this beautiful plus money. I can't see them going down this one again and then going into Tampa. In my opinion, if they go down this one, Tampa finishes it, eliminates them in the next game. I really think we go to game 7 here with the Rangers winning this one, Tampa winning the next in Tampa, and then do or die for both teams in that game 7. And I hope that's how it comes down, because these two teams are playing phenomenal hockey. Now, Andrei Vasilevskiy in the last game, he was so phenomenal in net. He stopped 34 of 35 shots on him. Now, Igor Shesterkin, the Tampa Bay Lightning were not able to get as many shots on him. We saw in the first two or the last 2 games there, they were really getting these shots. He was standing on his head. They only put 30 shots on him for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Of course, we saw so many of those go in. We saw 4 of those go in. He stopped 27. Now, in this one, I think we see the Tampa Bay Lightning come back with a very similar game where they're just firing on Igor Shesterkin. I think we will see the defense of the New York Rangers really step up. Their defense is solid and their goaltending is solid. I think that's a huge advantage for them in this matchup at home. So I'm looking for a strong game. You guys, I love the under 1.5 in that first period. Under 1.5 in the first period, we're paying a little bit of juice at minus 136. But I do think it's one of the stronger ways to go with this game. The under 5.5 looks very solid as well. You just have to worry about that empty netter if you hit that under 5.5. We saw the last game still be 4-1, and Tampa's team total is 2.5. I believe the Rangers team total is at 2.5 as well. I'm just going to pull it up here, make sure we've seen no changes. I never want to give you guys the wrong information here. So let's just look. Yeah, the Tampa Bay Lightning's team total over 2.5 is minus 122. Under is minus 104. I'm going to stay away from their team total. We look at the New York Rangers. Their team total over 2.5 is plus 104. I do lean on that because I think in this one, if the Rangers want to win it, they have to go over this total of 2.5. We've seen them do that in New York, in Madison Garden. So that, when they're giving me plus 104, I definitely do think that is a solid way to take this game. But I think the best bet is that under 1.5 in that first period. We could look at the reverse puck line for the New York Rangers. You guys know that they have been hot with this trend. Tampa was able to get it in the last game. But like I said, the New York Rangers just didn't look like themselves. You guys know I'm going to sprinkle on that reverse puck line. Let me just see what the odds are here. I know last time we got it at plus a 240 on that reverse puck line. So you guys, when I say I'm taking the reverse puck line, instead of taking them plus 0.5 at minus 220, we're going to take the minus 0.5, which is what you get the Tampa Bay Lightning for at plus 176. We're going to be getting just over plus 200 on that to take the New York Rangers to come out. You could also, another way, some people are taking this as the New York Rangers to score first. We have been able to see them do that, except for that last game where the Tampa Bay Lightning came out and dominated. So we got a great game. I got to give it to the Rangers. I got to give it to the under in the first period, under that 1.5, and the under for the full game with a lean on the New York Rangers in that first period as well. Reverse puck line. Now we can look at Chris Kreider, points over 0.5. Now this is hit in 5 of his last 5 games. It's minus 130. So shop your line, see if you can get better value. I did see a minus 126 earlier today, but I've seen up to minus 132. So around minus 130 for that points over 0.5. I think it's a good way to look. Steven Stamkos of the Tampa Bay Lightning, we know he's going to be firing tonight. Let me just look at what his shots on goal is tonight. Let me just see here, because I do think he is another one to look at for those shots. Now, over 3.5 shots for Stamkos is coming in here at plus 126. So definitely value there on him. There's not a lot of value on a lot of the other players. Like we look at Corey Perry over 1.5. I don't love it. And then Adam Fox. I definitely think you look at Adam Fox for the New York Rangers. His shots on goal over 2.5 is plus 144. I think that is phenomenal value, you guys. So let's just do a quick recap of exactly what I'm liking in this game. Now, I'm not betting everything that I talk about with you guys here. I do have premium picks out to my clients in these games, but if I was you guys, the first thing I would look at would be the under 1.5 in the first period. I absolutely love that at minus 136. I know it's a little bit of juice here, but I think it's a great way to go. I think we also have an under for the full game. And then I'm going to take the New York Rangers on the money line. I do think they pull off this home win. Chris Kreider is my favorite prop of the night. His points over 0.5 at minus 130. And then I would look at Adam Fox before I would look at Stamkos, to be honest with you guys. If you like Adam Fox, tonight, over 2.5 shots on goal, plus money at plus 144. I do see it come in. I do see him getting these shots here. And then I would look at Stamkos. Now, his was over 3.5. So that's why I'm kind of not my favorite with Stamkos here, over 3.5 at plus 126. I do think there is so much value. I do think he gets these shots. We know Stamkos is going to do everything he can to get this win in New York tonight. Just that 3.5 number, but we are still getting plus money. So I probably will be sprinkling on each and every one of these bets tonight. You guys, this is going to be a phenomenal game. As for goalie props, let's just see if we got anything here. Igor Shesterkin, now his save shots on goal is 32.5. I would be shocked, completely shocked, if the Tampa Bay Lightning do not replicate what we saw in previous games. The last game was odd for them only to get that many shots on goal. I know that the Rangers defense was stopping those shots. Rangers defense is going to play hard tonight for sure. So they could limit them. I'd be shocked if he does not save over that 32.5. We saw the Tampa Bay Lightning in those last 2 games in New York be able to get those shots on goal. It was just absolutely phenomenal how many were raining in. The New York Rangers could have found a way to stop them from shooting, but they are still scoring. So I'm going to stay away from Igor Shesterkin over 32.5. Won't be shocked at all if it comes in. And then Andrei Vasilevskiy is coming in at 29.5. Now, when we look at this, I think we can count him for that over. In the last game, the New York Rangers did not look like themselves. They played absolutely terrible. He faced 35 shots. He saved 34. I think what we see out of the Rangers in this game is a strong defensive game, but they're going to have to get these shots on goal if they want to beat the Tampa Bay Lightning in this matchup tonight. So I think we can lean on Andrei Vasilevskiy over 29.5 save shots on goal. I think we will see at least 30 shots by the New York Rangers. He's not going to let in 5 of those, you guys. So that's it for me. Thank you so much for joining me here on A Pocket with Joe. Appreciate each and every one of you in YouTube. Let me know below who you are betting for tonight, who you think takes this series. I tell you, if Tampa takes it tonight, I really do think the Rangers take the rest, are done. I think Tampa takes the rest, but I really do believe the Rangers get the win here. Tampa gets the win in game 6, and we go to game 7. And as a hockey fan, as a bettor, it's exactly what I want to see. You guys have a fantastic day. Keep smiling, and you know the drill. Let's make some freaking money. Bye, guys.